but relegated to a social status below some livestock. The Doma learned a powerful lesson. Even though they had given mankind advanced societal concepts, man himself was still a primitive. They saw that the natural laws of social development quickly took over everything they had achieved thus far. In a naturally evolving primitive society, where physical strength is the only determining factor, it is only natural for the males to become dominant. This is the state of affairs at the present time. For a while, there was a brief 1500-year window when both female and male religious forces shared power. It was during these years that the Doma tried to introduce advanced human concepts. There were three main projects that took place. Each of these involved the breeding of an advanced Earth human, Ehum. More Anunnaki DNA was added to him. This man was then instructed with as much advanced knowledge as he could handle. The breeding of these men involved the impregnation of a Ehum human, a priestess, with an embryo specially bred by the Doma genetic team. The genes added to this Ehum were all from one Doma donor. Her name was Mera. She is the mother of all three of these advanced humans. A priestess was then chosen from one of the temples to be the surrogate mother. The title of this priestess was the Virgin, meaning she belonged to no man. Since there was no sexual intercourse involved, all of these births were the result of immaculate conception. Today, the transplanting of a fertilized egg into a surrogate mother is no big deal. Back then, it was a gift from the gods. The name of these three men are Siddhartha, Gautama, the Buddha, Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus the Christ, and Muhammad. Of interest is the name of their mothers. Buddha's mother was Maya, or Maya, the Great Virgin. Maya is the Hindu name for Isis. Jesus' mother's name was the Virgin Mary. Mary is again another name for Isis. Muhammad's mother is a big harder. His father allegedly died at birth. Jesus' father disappears after he was born. Muhammad's mother, however, is never mentioned officially by name. She is supposed to have died 6 years after his birth. Ancient legends say that he was born to a mystical virgin, whose identity was later changed to be his sister. This woman's name was Fatima. Now you know why the Virgin Mary chose that little town in Portugal, because it was named after her, Fatima. Fatima was the name for the goddess. It means the creatress, or the moon. Again, it is another name for Isis. I hope this proves to those Christians and Jews out there who deny the validity of Muhammad that indeed he was a legitimate prophet of the Most High. He was sent by the same one who sent Jesus. It is at this point that the greatest danger lies for misunderstanding what I have to tell you. It is especially important that you understand exactly what I mean here. If not, then all the rest of what I say will be misunderstood. If that should happen, I would be greatly saddened, and also she who sent me. This would be through no fault of yours, not hers, but mine alone. I have told you that these three men were sent by the same person, the goddess, to instruct humankind in the words of the Most High. It has always been assumed that God himself sent these men. If then they were in reality sent by a goddess, it would be logical for you to assume that I am saying this goddess is God or the Most High. I am not. Let me repeat that. I want no chance of error or misinterpretation. I am not saying that the goddess who sent you these men is the God. What I am saying is this: a very advanced and benevolent person who loves each and every one of you as her own children wanted to bring you to the knowledge of the Most High God, the One, Allah. She existed long before humankind was even capable of thinking about the existence of a supreme force in the universe. It is the knowledge that she and her entire race has learned about God that was to be given to you through these teachers. They, just as you, believe in this supreme power. They call it the One. And just as Muhammad said, there is only one God, Allah. Allah means one God. You have been taught the law and commandments of God. You as an enlightened person are expected to bring this knowledge to others of your kind. Is it God's will that you share this gift? Is it really so surprising then that our brothers and sisters who exist out there would share this knowledge with you? They are following the will of God in doing so. Will you blame them for doing so? The message did come from God. It just went through one more step in its travels to your ear. Then you were aware of it. The messenger has changed. The message has not. The source remains unchangeable. The problem then is this: over the years, your brothers and sisters, the human race, has tried to relay to you their knowledge of God. They have tried to make you understand what it is to be human and what your place is in the universe. The knowledge that they have of God and humanity's struggle to be one with God are advanced concepts. The problem is that you saw these fellow humans and deified them. It is true that long ago your ancestors were simply overwhelmed in awe at their level of technology. They had no concept of space travel. They had a legitimate excuse for mistaking them for gods. You do not. To make matters even worse, you have taken the human teachers of your own world sent to you by them and deified them also. My friends, I know these men displayed abilities of healing and other miracles beyond the scope of normal human experience. They had knowledge that even to the poorest of intellect could only have come from a higher source. But these abilities and qualities of existence were not meant to show you what it is to be God-like. They were to show you something much more precious and valuable to all of you. These men did not come to show you how a God acts, but what it is to be human. The true human race exists out there among the stars. It is there that you too will one day go. You are a small part of the race known as humanity, and you will not be fully human until the teachings of these great men and those who sent them by God's will is found in each and every one of your hearts. For thousands of years, you have fought one another